What's up, nerds? Welcome back to our last ICAST video of 2024. In this video, we are looking at all the rods and reels that will be dropping late this year and coming in next year. Lots of pre-sales I'm seeing online are already coming up, so really a ton of cool products here. Let's dive into it without further ado because we got a lot to look at and to cover. So we're at the Fish NFX booth. I've fished your medium heavy. I got the 7.3 medium heavy. I've been liking it a lot. And Paul has the 7.6 heavy, which is like frog and stick city. So talk to us a little bit about this. What rods you guys got lined up, what makes them awesome, and your price point, all that stuff. Ready to go.
Let me break it down. So Fish NFX here, started out small business, still are a small business. Went from custom rods all the way to coming out with our first lineup, the Gold Series. It's composed of 7 rods. We've got 3 spinning, 4 casting. Really great lineup. 2 of them actually work heavy gear for bass or inshore salt. I've been using them right now down in Mexico, catching a lot of Corvina and really testing them out in the salt, and they're doing great. So we have this lineup, and the big thing that we tried to do is we tried to take the highest components of our rods, package it in to something really nice and super light. These rods are incredibly light. I mean, just feel like incredible. And that's the thing is, you know, we have the Bushido rod blanks, which is that high carbon, and it's that compressed carbon that's in there. We have our compressed carbon reel seats, which is huge, and it helps you feel the sensitivity of these rods. It's just great. And then we come down to the microwave guides, man. Those things are just beautiful. The biggest point with that is it takes the line, you know, and it condenses it and brings it through, so that way you have a much finer cast, giving you more castability while you're out.
And that's on your spinning and casting setup?
On both, yes. So we have it on both of the rods here, and it's just freaking great. I absolutely love these.
They look space age, and I'll be honest,
they are space age.
They are space age. You have to hold this right now.
I will. Give me that.
Feel that reel seat.
Oh yeah.
What?
Really comfortable in hands. I like this little like palm setup right
here,
there.
Here, watch this. I want to just show you how sensitive it is. So take this.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Now can you hear me talking?
I can hear you talk. I was scared about what you were doing for a second.
super sensitive. I just wanted to show that off, man. So yeah, and that's it.
The vibes, bro. The vibrations.
But yeah, so breaking down the price point, right? So like I said, we're trying to take these high quality rods, go for something that would retail for $500 and bring it down to something a little bit less. So we're right under $300 and they all retail at $294.99. So right there, we take that the aspects of the custom rods and being high quality, because that's all that it was about, and bringing it into a new lineup for the market. And we're super excited to launch it here at ICAST and get this going.
So the hook keeper on these is like my favorite kind because it's a clip, and you can so you can take your hook, your trebles, or if you're drop shot and you got the clip, you just slide the line under that. Too many times, I like a rod, and then the hook keeper is trash, but it's kind of important because I need it to work. That or they're weak. This thing's super heavy duty. I've had so many rods where the hook keeper breaks, and if it breaks, that's like causing damage to the rod, ruining sensitivity, could break your rod at some point. For kayak anglers, you guys have this in the right position because we stow this in our crate. If you got your hook keeper down here, it's not gonna work. I put a big crankbait on there, I can't do it. So I have to put the hook on my reel, and then everybody yells at you on the internet, so that's not fun.
And that's it, we're fishermen designing it for fishermen. We're spread across the US. You know, Doug's from Pennsylvania, the owner. I'm from Arizona. We got guys from Oklahoma. We're a band of anglers that came together with a passion to create something great. And that's what we're doing here, is really coming out to the market strong and coming with something high quality for us.
Well, we think you guys nailed it. We're gonna be beating the absolute love and tar out of the medium heavy and the heavy stick that we have. Like I said, I've been liking it so far. I've had it for 2 trips I've gone out on, so I'm just gonna continue to beat it up for the rest of the season and hopefully catch some absolute giants on it.
And that's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks a lot, man. Back to you in the studio. No. Real quick, wanted to call this out. We got Doug here. Doug, you made the rod. You made these things. They're really nice looking. They're really cool. I think you hit a killer price point. You're making a $500 rod for $294, but you're also doing something really cool with our buddies over at Autism Anglers here. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so if anybody is using the code for these guys, which is AAA NFX, just AAANFX.
You got it.
You get 10% off your purchase, and 10% of that sales gets donated to Autism Anglers. Big shout out to Don Morris and Autism Anglers and everything they do for the community, and we just want to help keep them doing what they're doing.
You guys know that we love Autism Anglers. We've done fundraisers for them on the channel. Anytime we get a chance to give back to a great organization like that, and we love Don, so we're able to help and support. Really appreciate you guys for offering something like that.
Yeah.
You guys are saving about $30, and then 10% of that is going to Autism Anglers, so that's really cool. Make sure you take advantage of it. fishnfx.com, right?
Yep, fishnfx.com.
Go to the website if you want to check out these rods and support another great organization. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. You guys are killing it. Boom.
All right, you guys were all pumped up last year about the 100, the new 100 from Tatula last year. This one is the SVTW. You get the hyperdrive, you get the updated SV spool, so updates on the whole thing. This thing is gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you right now, the second I picked it up, obviously it feels like a Daiwa. It's got that just quality built-in feel, but you do that the second you do this turn, you know, this is one of the smoothest reels I think I've ever felt, just right out the box. This is freaking nuts. Get the TWS design right there. It's just all Daiwa through and through. Not gonna lie, the side plate is fire. All in all, for $220, I haven't used it, so I can't confirm, but that actually feels like a value. Smoothest reel I've seen. This is a home run. Well done. We almost left without talking about the rods. So a couple of years ago, Eurotackle dropped a bait finesse rod, and we looked at the price point and I was like, I gotta use it, but I don't want to pay for it. So we've got a new version. What's the retail on these?
These ones are going to come in at $99.
90.
Oh, look, a colored tip. Who does
$99. Oh, with the white tip. Dude, so the rod that we designed in partnership with Monster Bass is one of the only ones we've ever seen with a color tip for bite detection. So seeing that on the end of this is awesome. But look at the
vindication.
It proved it. So Amir, walk us through some of the features and definitely this rod blank, because I am blanking. This thing is nuts.
So you got obviously a graphite blank, right, for the sensitivity that you want. You got two models here. There's a 6'5" and a 6'6". I believe they're going to come in two-piece. There may be a one-piece option as well. It's still kind of in the design and testing phase as far as that goes. Obviously, there's a whole lineup of spinning rods behind me, but what we're showing off here, obviously, is the bait finesse style rods. They've got the skeletonized reel seat, so you can...
Look at that, fully exposed.
Yep, it's direct contact with the blank.
This is my favorite locking nut on like a value rod. It's the most comfortable and the size is perfect.
Absolutely. Micro style triggers on them too. So when you're using those super low profile, small bait finesse style reels, you just get a nice tight grip, feel.
You still get a little bit longer butt section. One of the things that I kind of cringe with is when you lose 2 inches on the butt section to get the weight down, but I like having that when you really need to, get a good cast. Sometimes it just feels right having the extra butt section, so having the split grip with a little extra length, I really like that.
They are rated 1/32 to 3/16.
Dude.
Both of them are. One's a solid tip model. You saw the color tip on there. That's actually a solid carbon tip. So that tip is going to super sensitive, super flexible. It essentially going to move independently from the rest of the blank, right? So as far as bite detection, that's about as good as you can really get.
So kind of like the ultimate version of everything an ugly stick has always wanted to be.
The solid tip one's going to have a fast, so almost like an extra fast style and feel. It's going to be great for your soft plastic baits. The little Z, the little Craws, V-Vibe, all the little different swim baits that Eurotackle offers are going to be perfect on that rod. The other model, also rated 1/32 to 3/16, is going to be more of your moderate fast action. You're going to want to use that with all the Eurotackle hard baits, exactly. The new spy bait you saw, the top water baits, the crank baits, the suspending jerk baits.
So I need two.
Kind of stuff.
I need to buy two.
Absolutely.
I need to buy two. At $100.
Buy me one.
No, I get two. You walk away. So it kind of makes sense though, because when you think about it, $100 buying two of these, it could make a lot of sense for someone, especially at a two-piece. You could literally bring these both in a small package to the lake. That's not going to be a problem. Stash them in your kayak for when you know you're having a rough day and you need to downsize. Us Midwest folks, that's what we do. I'm not gonna lie, the fit and finish, the matte black with that bright metallic green
so
is fly. That is awesome. $100 BFS rod. Good luck beating that. We're gonna have to try these two. This is awesome. Amir, Thanks for walking us through these.
You're very welcome.
Euro tackle.
Absolutely.
Home
Very
runs.
welcome.
All right, guys, we're here at the booth at Shimano. We told you we were going to try and feature some of the things that we thought were really unique, things that we thought you would be excited about here at ICAST. We are holding here the ICAST. This is an $80, basically version of what I would call a version of the SLX. It feels really good. It's very light. This is going to be a carbon, not a metal frame. However, it has a lot of features that you really want to see out of a Shimano reel. So you get a Shimano reel for $80, and size-wise, very comparable to a 100 size SLX. SLX with the aluminum frame. Now you pay up for a little bit. Paying down to this though at $80, we just did a breakdown on our under $100 reels. If this was out, this may have been at the top. Looks really, really cool. We also have a reel that I didn't even know was coming out, which is the SLX 70. This has the MGL spool, which is nuts. So at $150, I'm assuming you're getting the aluminum body here, and really the SLX profile a little bit smaller. This is sick. $150 is the retail. With the MGL spool, I kind of think that's a deal. Here we have the creme de la creme, the award winner of best in category for new spinning reels. This is the new Vanford. Crazy light, crazy strong. Like everything you know about know and love about the Vanford and the upgraded model. $260 is the retail, so little spendy, little pricey, but I've heard from a lot of anglers that really know their stuff. If you love chasing smallmouth and you're truly trying to get dialed, get the best of the best, the Vanford is what a lot of people tell you is the best of the best. It's the newest, latest edition. In hand, it's hard to explain how good this does really feel. This is awesome. Kudos to Shimano. Y'all, we're here at the TFO booth. You guys have seen us fishing the professional series, as well as we were kind of getting everywhere. We wanted to hit the Taction, everything in between. So you guys have seen that, but we've got a revamped model that we wanted to talk and show you about here today.
Okay, new professional series rod. Now, this is a massive facelift over the old one. Went with more of a bronze color to it. If the lighting was a little better in here, it really pops. It's really a good looking option. The next thing is we did keep our color coding system. I know you guys really like it. You talk about it, gold, silver, red, depending on whether they're medium light, medium heavy. That we did it with the accents. So we downplayed it a little bit, but it's still very available for the consumer.
It's on on here too.
Yeah,
on the wrap.
Absolutely. It's on the first couple wraps. And another thing that we did, which was really cool, is we put Sea Guide Atlas guides on the rod. Now, what's really great about the Sea Guide Atlas guides is we actually are able to give the consumer a better guide than the previous version have by going to Sea Guide. So we're really proud with that connection. We love that connection with them. Overall, the rod just finished out really nice. Still managed to keep the same retail price point. So we were super happy with how it finished.
And after fishing everything, when someone says, what's the best, I just need a rod that's around $100 in that area. I'm like, save 2 pop cans, get the professional all day, every day, because it's just a workhorse. It's a workhorse. Yeah. I will say this too. One of the best bait keepers in the game. This thing works so good. I absolutely love it. It works for the finesse, but it squeezes those big hooks perfectly. They're not rocking. I absolutely love this one.
Absolutely. The fun part about hook keepers, if we put 17 of them on a rod, somebody would come in and tell us we needed an 18th in a different
16
spot.
of them would be wrong.
And one of them would be us.
129 is at the high end, 119 is your standard.
Yep. What we got over here is our Centra bass rods. Now, Centra bass rods, if you guys aren't aware, look, I'm going to mess up. I don't know what the whole long Latin name is, but Centra is the first couple of letters of the Latin word for the sunfish family. So that's how Centra came about. But what's really cool about Centra is it's made in the United States. It's made in our plant in Grand Prairie, Texas. We own the plant. We're excited about this. This is our first launch in the freshwater side of things. The Centra bass rods stamped with the American flag because they are the blanks are absolutely made in the United States. They're assembled in the United States. The whole works. We went with really high-end componentry on this. We went with Fuji handles, the Fuji guides, $349. Still has our lifetime warranty. Still is going to have the lifetime service and repair. So if your wife breaks it over your head, you can call us. And
my wife just slammed one in a car door.
Well, it happens. It happens. And although I got to tell everybody, no one has ever broken a rod ever on anything other than a fish. Anywhere in this building,
I've never seen it until last week.
Yeah, you can't find a fisherman ever that has broken a rod because they stepped on it.
Never happened.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'll never understand how it works. But if for somehow your wife beats you over the head with it, half of the retail of any one of our rods shipped to the consumer's door for service and repair replacement, and that's lifetime. So that part's great. If we were to replace the rod, we would just we would sell them the next rod up from there. So that gives you an idea on that. But same type of deal. We went with the color coding on the Centra Bass as well. Like I said, Fuji components, Fuji handles. It just turned out great. I thought the rod designers did a great job just finishing it out, making it look like a really great option for us for the Made in the USA entry to us into the bass world. So we're excited about that.
This thing looks like rolled steel. It's not going to show up on the camera. You'll only see this in hand. Maybe on the marketing materials when you see the website, but the finish on this is completely nuts. It is gorgeous.
We got one more to show you.
Let's go.
And this is cool because, and here's why this matters, guys. This one is a fun one to talk about because it doesn't get talked about. And that's our travel series. Okay, there's so many anglers. We think about it from the perspective of, hey, I'm gonna take a trip as a fisherman and I need a travel rod. It's not always that. You know what it is? It's, hey, I'm bringing my family to Florida. My wife wants to lay on the beach for the day.
Just did this.
And I need a rod and I want to walk the surf and throw some stuff, different things like that.
Yep.
So what we've got is a revamp on our travel rods. They come, all of them are a 3-piece rod. They all come with a cloth bag and they all come in one of our rod tubes, the same rod tubes that our fly rods come in.
Which I have like 3 or 4 of them. I have a 3-weight. I have never even been worried about my 3-weight for a millisecond. Nope.
Yeah, exactly. And
look at how long, look at that.
Got these these dots.
Oh, they did the dots.
They did
this
the same dots
deal,
they do
guys.
on the
they do fly.
on the fly.
They get
And
They get it.
And that's the one thing, like a lot of travel rods that consumers have had in the past, they end up having what we call dead spots in them, or they end up being really heavy. And the reason they end up being really heavy is because the ferrules are so big. But because our DNA is a fly rod company for the last 30 years, we got really good at making little tiny rods that go together. And that's what we decided to do. That's what we've always done with our travel rod. But we gave it a facelift. It's got Fuji components, $249, comes with the tube, comes with the cloth bag. Yes, it can be expensive, but travel rods, to get them right, are expensive to build because they are multi-piece options. But I really encourage guys to think about that next trip, and it doesn't have to always be the fishing trip. It can literally be, I want to spend one day my family wants to do something. Maybe they want to.
I just did this.
Yeah.
I went to California with my family, and I had this is the thing about traveling with a fishing rod. You don't always get the opportunity. Like, I'm from Michigan. I never have the opportunity to fish in saltwater. I go to California. I have a chance at catching the biggest bass that you could possibly catch in the United States, or fish the surf for the first time ever. If I did not have a travel rod, so I had to bring a bait finesse rod, which was honestly the most devastating moment because I didn't realize until the day before I left. If I had had a travel rod, I could have been having a heck of a lot more fun and maybe actually have a shot at catching a fish instead of just throwing something heavy, get blown right back in my face. So I love the idea of a travel rod. And the other thing I want to call out too is talk about fly rods. Why does that matter? Why are we talking about fly rods with multi-piece? Almost every single fly fishing rod that you are going to get is going to be at least 3 pieces. Most of them are in the 4-piece range. They're super long, so we're talking usually 8-9 feet is kind of like the minimum. And then what are you doing? You're false casting, meaning you're whipping it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Have you ever seen a fly rod come apart mid-cast?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So you guys always tell us multi-piece rods are not as sensitive, or if they're equally sensitive, they're going to come apart on me. I promise you, I'll put my name on this. This is not going to fall apart on you. You heard it here. I will say it, and I have no problem saying it. So I love that. We've been actually looking for some travel rods because that's a huge part of like what we do. Is some anglers do want to see the multi-piece. This is an awesome option. We're here looking at one of the reels I'm most excited about checking out. This is the Custom Pro from Lew's, and then right next to it we have the Custom, so not the Custom Pro. I didn't even know that this was here. So they have the Paramag. This one at $280 for the Custom Pro has the ITB, the intelligent version, and then this is the RX, so sort of the value version of the same thing. They both have the 1-piece aluminum frame. This one is a little bit smaller. They don't look different, but when you get them in hand, the Custom Pro is significantly smaller. They also have the U-shaped spool I'm going to show you here in a second. I'm going to start here with the Custom at $180. Very smooth, a little chunkier in this section right here, but when you pop this off, I want to show you the system. So you've got a cupped, they call it U-shape, but you got a cupped spool, fits inside here, and it's a fully magnetic braking system. So a little bit different than what you've seen in the past, but you get the external adjustment, which is really nice, very smooth. Honestly, for 180, I feel like you're probably right in the ballpark. Again, I haven't used it, but it is smooth. It has a lot of the features that you've known from Luz, and then it is in a pretty small profile. Now, when we come to the Custom Pro, it is significant. Oh boy, almost lost that one. Jeez, leave it to me. So when you get the Custom Pro, significantly smaller. So shorter here, feels a lot better in hand. This feels almost like the Bates, which is significantly more expensive. So when I pop that off, the side plate is going to look and feel the same, but look at the spool. So much higher end spool, fitting a little bit deeper into the system. And then again, I haven't used this. I don't know a ton about their Paramag system, so interested to learn more. Super smooth, definitely smoother, significantly smoother than the Custom. Is it worth the extra $100? That remains to be seen, but it is gorgeous. I love the color. It feels really good. Would love to get this one in hand. This is, again, new for ICAST this year, the Custom and the Custom Pro from Luz. Looks pretty freaking good, man, not gonna lie. Looks pretty good.
So we're back with Cast King. We're gonna be talking about their reels. We're also gonna hit their rods in our rod video, so stay tuned for that. We got AJ here. AJ's gonna be taking us through some of these reels that they got featured here at ICAST 2024. So AJ had my eye on this for a long time, so did Paul, and we really wanna fish with it, but talk to us about this.
So the MG12, man, this is such a fantastic reel. I see this reel get overlooked a lot because of its price point. It is a little bit on the higher spectrum, between the 199 to 250 mark of our reels. It's a very small, compact reel, as you can see. As you compare it to the more standard sizing reel, you can see that it is a little bit of a smaller platform.
Way smaller.
When you put it in your hand, it feels tiny. It weighs nothing. It'll kind of blow your mind. You're like, what am I going to do with this thing? It's insane.
Then you turn it.
When you start playing with it, you start falling in love. But I call this reel the Uncle Rico of fishing reels, because remember Uncle Rico? He could throw that pigskin in his day over those mountains right there. That's it. Well, you're going to be able to do that with the MG12. I tie a lipless crankbait on this thing, and I sing it for like 2-3 miles. I mean, it gets out there.
2-3 miles?
I'm telling you.
I live on a 74-acre lake. That's not going to work.
Guys, I'm telling you, as long as you got the line on there that can handle it, you can throw it.
You're fishing in the next lake over.
No, but in reality, this thing can seriously launch a lure out there for you very, very far. Total control. It's insane. Super user-friendly with the A and B braking system on it. It is a magnesium alloy frame, and it is super awesome. That's where the MG12 name comes from, is the periodic table. So one cool feature about it that I want to show you is, A, it's got the swing wing design like we see in other reels, so it's not going to fall off. It's not going to fall in the water and have a problem, but it also has a micro version of our A and B braking system, or auto mag braking. So this is a true centrifugal braking system that will self-adjust off of centrifugal force and spring tension. So basically what that's going to do is going to cut down backlashes, overruns, dramatically reduce them, but you still have a fine-tuning ability on that adjuster on the bottom. You have a low friction tapered line guide. You do have a deeper spool. Where this reel came from was our BFS World and the Kestrel Elite magnesium alloy frame. These two are some of the lightest reels in this building or on the market. This one being 4.4 ounces, being the lightest reel in the building for sure. This is right behind it at 4.6. So this was done for finesse fishing and BFS, and bass anglers started...
They've seen us mess around with this one.
Yes, yeah. So everybody started repurposing this reel and kind of using it for what it was not intended for. So we took a look at that and thought, if they build it, they will come. So we started putting beefier gears, a little bit different braking system, and took the same chassis, beefed it up, so now you can put on a ton of different action to the lures and get out there and really target those fish rather than using a BFS system. Still have that compact system, super lightweight, but seeing weightless Senkos underneath docks like you never have before. This is the greatest jerkbait reel you're going to ever use. Throw all kinds of lures everywhere. It is insane. The Uncle Rico, MG12, it is fantastic. I adore this reel. So it's really cool too, going from the MG12, jump right over to the Skeet Reese Icon reel. So the MG12 coming in around that $199 to $250, depending on different stages of times of the year that you purchase. It's a great system. But the MG12 and the Skeet Reese Icon reel was the winning ticket to Skeet Reese's win at Stage 6 just recently in MLF, bringing up another $100,000. He just got inducted to the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, wins the MLF Stage 6 on his birthday.
Casual.
It's just so perfect, right?
That good in my
Yeah, that's
Has anyone?
that's
Skeet
a great, yeah, Skeet Reese, gotta love him. So his keys to success was his Skeet Reese bait casting Icon reel and that MG12 for throwing smaller baits, easier, more profiles, got it done. So when he wanted to power fish, he was throwing this reel right here. And this is what's great about this. This is an Elite Series reel, realistically, being used in MLF. $100 price point. So you have an aluminum chassis, carbon fiber side plates, powerful magnetic braking system, 17.6 pounds of carbon fiber drag, low friction tapered line guide, TPE handles, knobs, aluminum handle. It's just a great package. I mean, for $100, low investment that's going to get the job done. Obviously, Skeet got it done with his Icon series, but then when he had to slow it down, things got tough. He reached for that MJ12 and cashed that $100,000 check and hoisted that big MLF trophy over his head on his birthday. I mean, how can you beat it, guys? I mean, it's a winning package. So we've got reels from $100 price point to still put you in a quality Elite Series reel, and it goes up from there depending on what you want to invest. I mean, we got you covered, and let's say if you want to go a little bit lower investment, we still have a product for you. So check it out, guys. Cast King's doing some really great things.
So people think about bait finesse, they think they need to get the most expensive reel out there, and it's easy to get wrapped around the axle about the most insane things out there. But at Cast King, as you know, we like to get people out fishing, we like to make fishing fun, and we are fueled by innovation. And when I say fueled by innovation, how about bringing a BFS reel to the masses? So still, graphite body, and all right, it looks kind of like the Kestrel Elite there, only 4.8 ounces. 4.8 ounces out of a graphite reel is just absolutely insane. Now, it has a lot of the same features that you know and love, like our fly-out arc finesse system, our feather spool, just a lot of features that are absolutely amazing. It even has a low tapered vortex. Now, if you're gonna say a low tapered vortex, so it's almost like a funnel. It's much thinner as it's coming out. Anyways, that's a least resistance for the line to come out. At the same time, when it's coming in, it's still tapered so it can kind of get it on there correctly. But this, as TPU little knobs, there's a supple grip. They're wider. A lot of people didn't like the little ones on the Kestrel Elite. I heard a lot of feedback. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but a lot of people, they said, I want that, the thicker knob. And so Cast King, we listened to the fans. We went ahead and did that. And this is only $89. A lot of people kept talking about overbreaking on the Kestrel Elite. So when you're got down, now for a lot of us American anglers, it was fine because we're using it for bass. We're not catching panfish or trout up in a stream or anything. We're using it for bass, so you're not going super thin. But a lot of the fans, so we brought it back. We listened to y'all. The overbreaking was addressed in this. I know a lot of people got the Valiant Eagle 2 from AliExpress and other overseas, and they absolutely loved it. A lot of them said they liked it more than the Kestrel Elite. I wouldn't go that far, but I absolutely love this reel too. And I honestly, I use it. And now it's going to be available at retail to the masses.
And then we got to talk about this one.
So this is the Varus. First off, look at the fit and finish on that.
Gorgeous.
When we paint our reels, we actually use an automotive style paint. So that's why it has such a good look on it. And the fit and finish is ridiculous. That with a composite body, it has a different style of magnetic brakes on it. Cork handles, $69. As soon as Paul and Jeff got it, put it in their hands, they're like, are you kidding me? Even though we came out with the MG12 at $249, and then we have a $400 iReel 2.0, a lot of people are saying we lost our affordability, and that is absolutely incorrect. No matter what your budget is, we have a reel for you. You have $50, you have $40, you have $39.99, we have a baitcaster for you. $10 increments all the way up to, now if you've got the budget, amen, great for you, go ahead and do it. But no, we did not forget about our affordability, and no matter what your budget is, Cast King is gonna get you on the water with the best gear for your budget. Talk about a big splash we made last year with the iReel 1. So a lot of people were asking, well, what the heck are you gonna do with the iReel 2? And what we did with the iReel 2 has completely even blown my mind, and I work for the company. First off, a lot of people complained about the weight and size of the iReel 1, and I totally get it because we had a microprocessor in this back plate, and we also, in the side plate, and we had a microprocessor up here. So of course that's gonna take up a lot of space. Well, guess what? Now both microprocessors are in the side plate, making this a lot smaller, and we did the entire reel in magnesium. Magnesium frame, magnesium side plates, we did all of it. And then we electroplated it. And our electroplating process is 4 times stronger than any other electroplate on the market. But we didn't stop there. You know, there was another misconception that a lot of people say, well, why would I charge a reel? I'm never gonna charge a reel. You don't have to charge this reel for it to work. Now, if you want all those crazy analytics, what the analytics are about the same as last year, casting distance, speed, blah, 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 then yes, you do have to charge that processor. But the other Triton microprocessing unit, that's for the braking system. And the braking system does not have to be charged. It regens, it recharges itself, just like in a lot of other popular digital braking systems. But now, I talked about digital brakes. What's the difference between ours and everything on the market? The other ones on the market, like we said before, is a linear braking system versus this is a non-linear. This is intelligent frequency control. We're still scanning the spool at up to 600 times per second, making those micro pulses, processing, braking, making sure it's even better. Now, I talked about that already, but guess what? We are the first ones to ever break down your cast. We broke it down into 4 phases. We have the launch phase, ascent, flight, and descent. So think about it. Of course, when you want to get that casting density, you're doing that really hard. Initially, you're not going to want much brakes because you want it to get up. Now, a lot of times, when will you see your overspool? You'll see your overspool once it starts to peak up, and then when it starts to fly, that's when you're going to see your overspool, your overruns. That's when the backlashes really start to happen. So that can be absolutely adjusted for yourself. Now, if you don't want to mess with your own personal adjustments, we have 6 modes. We have your default, distance, large profile, like your large baits, flipping and pitching, your finesse, so like your finesse jigs or your weightless, wacky rigs and stuff like that. And then we have skipping. And again, you can go in and you can personally manage all 4 stages of that cast. We are the first ones to ever break down your cast and improve your cast. Again, you don't have to charge this reel to get the benefits of our digital braking system. You do have to have the app, so it does have to be charged if you want to do all this, but you can just pick up this reel, cast as hard as you want, and it'll perform.
Love it. Does Bill Dance approve?
Bill Dance approves everything that we do, to include this video.
Bill likes it, we like it.
Y'all saw this in the new product showcase. This is the X Series from Okuma. Now, you guys have seen us fish the X Series bait casting reel. It is quite literally hard to understand not only the level of quality, but how do they jam that much capability into like 0.1 pounds? It's totally nuts. Super light, super strong. That has the exact same technology in it for their spinning reel. And when you pair it with their X Series rods, they're completely bananas. It feels like you're holding air, but you have a ton of confidence. This thing has all the muscle you need to manage whatever fish you want. $229 is the retail. Yes, that's completely insane. It's also going to be the most insane reel that you own in your arsenal. Kudos to Okuma with an awesome launch, both on the bait casting side and on the spinning side. And I'm telling you, if you watch our video from last year where they launched the X Series rods, we got them in hand and I absolutely lost my mind. Awesome combo. Okuma continuously slept on, but always delivering max value and just super high in performance. Kudos to you guys.
Okay, so Paul showed you the spinning reel. I'm gonna show you the bait caster. Why? Because I own one. I've been using this now for a couple of months and it has quickly become one of my favorite bait casters of all time. Now it is about $279, so it is also one of my most expensive bait casters that I've ever owned because I usually do more budget to mid-level price points. This thing is phenomenal, very comfortable in hand, very small, compact size, comfortable grips, carbon handle on that. The braking system on this is insane. Oh yeah, and it's attached. Very nice to have, especially on a bougie reel. But you got these simple little tabs in there. They have 3 settings. You see the blue setting, red setting, yellow setting. You can change this up as much as you want. It has the super light spool on the inside as well. Very comfortable. I beat the absolute tar out of this thing and I put it on my Psycho Stick rod. The whole combo itself, ultra light altogether. It's highly reliable. Now this did come out last year, so this isn't technically new this year, but we figured we're showing the X Series spinning reel. Might as well show this as well. There you go.
Y'all, we came here for net bait because, you know, they make it all and it's all great, right? So we came for the baits and then I saw the Halo rods and we're seeing a rod here. This is not one I've run into yet. This is the XD3 Pro by Halo, as you can see. So I'm looking at them, and the first question was like, I got to understand the retail. Like, what's the price on this? I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is a $100 rod. There's not a lot of rods that are $100. The new sort of standard for rods is $125, $130. For $100, you're getting a Toray carbon blank, the Japanese Toray. It's really quality. We've been using these on a couple rods. I really do like it. It's sensitive, it's strong, and it's durable. You're getting stainless steel guides with the zirconia inserts. Super quality, super durable, very smooth. Check out, look at that reel seat. You want to talk about sensitivity? You are getting all of it right there just because of how exposed the blank is to your hand while you're fishing. Skinny trigger, really minimalist, and look, dude, this is a super comfy grip. So this is a little hybrid cork with the foam in here, split grip. Honestly, for $100 though, that is going to be so hard to beat. We were actually looking for $100 rods, and it's really hard to find one with all of these features. So haven't used it yet, would love to. Kudos to Halo for making a freaking value rod. They also have for $170, they have the Elite Series, and then there's another custom series that's $130. So you got some options. We've had you guys call out Halo before. We should have listened.
You guys, it is after hours ICAST. We are, cheers, hanging out with, we're having a water. I'm thirsty. We're at Pure Fishing. You know what booth we have missed just about every year is Pure Fishing. Why? I don't know, but we're here at the last minute at ICAST. We fly out tomorrow at noon. We do not have any time. If you can't tell by my voice, I'm freaking tired. We've been running straight through since Tuesday. You didn't need those hats, did you, Abu? Hang on. No, film the whole thing. Hang on. And we're back. All right, let's go check out some stuff from Pure Fishing. If you're not familiar with Pure Fishing, they have a bunch of different brands. We got Penn. Oh, look, there it is. Abu, Berkeley, Penn, Plano, Spiderwire, Fenwick, blah, blah, blah. Lots of stuff. Let's go. If you're not familiar with Veritas rods from Abu Garcia, these things are fantastic. They have updated them. Oh my gosh, the carbon, the exposed blank here, shorten the trigger grip there. We got the foam, we got the carbon fiber at the butt section. It's smaller, it's downsized. You got titanium guides there. These things are sick, and they're always super value conscious, so definitely check these out this year. All around $100 to $120. That is a value conscious, fantastic rod. Love that. We got the Veritas LTD as well. Look at this freaking design. That's insane. Like gunmetal gray all the way through. This is like the PLX of the past. LTD is the juice. Really sensitive rod. You can't go wrong with any of the Veritas options. This I am super excited about. We've got the Abu Garcia Max Elite Combo. We talked about this in our new product showcase video, but you got the Max Elite reel here as well, the spinning reel. $100, feels really good in hand. You got a lot of updated components. It's the Max you love, but juiced up, baby.
Look at the logo in there.
Dude, that's insane. And then you get the rod as well.
So small.
Really nice looking combo.
30-ton.
Dude, you're gonna be happy with this. 30-ton blank.
Exposed blank.
With the exposed size here. It's super sensitive. You can't go wrong with the Max. So we got Andrew here. We're gonna talk about something we're stoked about. So the BFS options from Abu Garcia. Right here we got the Revo X BFS. Oh my God, I didn't even know this was gonna happen, but this is cool, man. Talk to me about this.
So this is a new reel we brought out in the BFS lineup. Obviously our Revo X we've had for a few years. We did some work with our Japanese team, and they kind of had a reel under development as well. So we kind of work with them and bring in this reel into the US market. So, you know, it's a shallow, obviously ultra shallow spool for the BFS angler, magnetic braking system again, so you can really fine tune those really lightweight baits. It'll throw down at 20th, 24th of an ounce, with the right rod.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we have it paired. We can pair it with a couple of Veritas rods we have new this year. So we've got a whole new series of Veritas rods, and we have 2 specific rods in there to go with this reel.
Is it LTD?
LTD or regular Veritas?
Regular Veritas.
Even better.
Yeah.
What's the price point on those?
$99. The reel's $149 and the rod's $99.
That's a pretty solid price point for BFS. I like to see that.
Yeah,
awesome.
we're trying to, we started high with the Xenon models, and just kind of get our toe in the water, and then we kind of flow that innovation downhill and give it to a lot more consumers.
Love the grips. These are the grips we saw in our Pro Max when we did our budget review. Those are super comfy.
Yeah, very, very comfortable grips.
Those are great.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Very cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Design is really cool. I like it.
Yeah, so obviously you want to get a lot of braking force and a lot of more control is what you really want, and that's obviously the key for BFS. So that's why you have that larger plate in there and get that lot of control for those braking systems.
And then you have a Xenon BFS.
We do. We have in the Xenon family.
There it is. Oh, the bougie BFS
Yeah.
here.
So
Xenon.
this is obviously the Ferrari of our BFS lineup.
Yeah.
So Xenon, it's obviously ultra lightweight in the hand. Actually comes in 2 gear ratios. So we did it in a 6.8, and then we do it in an 8.3, which is not usual for BFS.
No, it's not.
So we actually
Crankbait,
Yep.
hard bait.
correct. So we have 2 rods that go with this as well in our Xenon lineup. So they're the same kind of actions that mirrored in the Veritas lineup. So we have a ultra light crank rod for the lower gear ratio, and then we have what we call a mini flip, which is the kind of the higher gear ratio for the reel. So you don't really see low gear ratios in BFS, but I like to throw a lot of smaller crankbaits, and I was like, well, we need to do a lower gear ratio so we can throw it. Yeah.
And what's the price point on the Xenon?
The Xenon is $550.
$550, and then the Xenon rod
is $450.
$450. Okay, so it's up there, you guys.
Yeah, so this is obviously Xenon is our top of the line family, and you kind of buying a Ferrari, but you will throw ultra lightweight baits with this thing. It's unbelievable.
How low have you thrown on this?
I've thrown down to about like a 24th.
24th,
pretty
okay.
easily, honestly. You can literally launch like a Fritzside Junior or something like that, a small crank.
Yep.
I mean, unreal. Like when we were first in development with this, I gave one of these to our pros who loves to throw hair jigs, which is Justin Atkins. And I was like, hey, I had the rod, had the reel. I was like, go throw a hair jig on this. And he's like, there ain't no way. And he comes back, he's like, I think I can throw it further than a spinning rod. Like it literally was like, oh my God, this thing is unreal.
Wow.
Especially when you have an understanding of line, right? When you get the right line on there, you get a quality, low strand, really flexible line on there. All of a sudden, you're being able to throw that really light stuff.
And BFS is all about the system approach. You have to think about it as a system approach. So, like you said, you got to think about the reel, the rod, and the line all matching together, and then it really works. I think where a lot of people go wrong with BFS, they just buy a reel and then try and put it on a regular rod.
Regular rod, regular line.
It just doesn't really work. You've got to think about it as kind of a whole new outfit you have to go purchase. But you do it right, and you'll reap the rewards of it.
Can we look at the rods?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have the Xenons with me.
To be honest, we have a more budget-friendly audience, so this actually works for us. So
in the casting rods, we have two rods in the lineup. So the first one is what we call a 714. So it's a 7.1 medium light. It's actually a very parabolic, like it's a cranking rod essentially.
Big bend.
Yeah. So you'll see this is made for obviously light crankbaits, and it'll throw. I mean, it throws a very light crankbait. It's unreal how far you can cast it. It's crazy.
I see in the smile.
Yeah.
That's what you love to see. Somebody who really cares about what they've done and knows they've done something well.
I care about what you did. This is awesome.
Yeah. And then the other one
cool.
is what we call a mini flip. So this is a kind of a very interesting rod. It's actually direct. We pulled one of our Japanese BFS rods from the market and kind of duplicated the action in a more budget-friendly price point. Is how we kind of come up with this. So this is what we call a mini flip. It's basically a medium light tip with a medium heavy butt in it.
That's awesome.
So it's a really fast action rod, and so it's really accurate to cast with, and you can when you're throwing particularly those lighter weight jigs, you can really get in there and just get into a rhythm. Particularly I do it a lot with fish and docks, and so you can just get in a really nice rhythm. That tip is really light. It allows you to load the rod loads really quick. But then when you do need to set the hook, you set the hook nice. You can fight the fish well because you've got the strength in the back end.
We had to start this one off right, so this is how we're going to do it. Sling it, dude. We're going to have to wait a couple minutes. What the freaking crap? We were told to come over here and check out the Pfluger President Series. Now, we all grew up with the Pfluger Presidents. I had a Pfluger President XD. I had a whole row of the dang things. I had the special edition because I couldn't get rid of it.
There's a row right here.
And we set them up on the freaking GX2 because it was the best value in fishing at the time. I'm here to tell you right now, I'm looking at these redesigned models. I'm holding a 7.9 Fluker President. I'm holding the XT. The second I got it, this feels like a metal body. And when I do this and I engage it, this thing feels rock solid. It's hard to explain, but the cork grips, this thing is nuts. Look, I don't know anything about this. They don't have anything here. The show's practically closed. I'm in here holding this thing. Someone's gonna come arrest me for stealing it.
After hours.
We're after hours, but I'm here to tell you right now, we just wanted to let you know that we came and checked it out. When I look at this, when I feel the smoothness, it really is in a class of its own, especially for what I assume is somewhere in the $100 range, if not less. So I'm assuming this is around 100, 120. This is crazy. I really want to get a hold of one of these and show it to you on the water. It is low profile. It's not the smallest reel I've ever held. It doesn't have the longest, but everything on here is sort of like what you expect. It's gorgeous. It feels really, really good. I need to learn a little more, but I am really, really impressed by what I'm seeing so far out of the President series. I'm gonna go ahead and read the stats for you right now. I'm holding the spinning combo of the XT. Now granted, this is the XT, so this is the upgrade, right? 24-ton graphite rod. So that is gonna be a pretty lightweight, pretty small rod, which I really like, especially on a spinning setup. I like something that's slim and trim. It just, you feel things a little bit better. The sensitivity is really, really good. Stainless steel guides with Zerk inserts. That is premium grade cork handles. You get the split grip. I always love that on a spinning rod. The Fluger custom reel seat. Now, if you look at this right now, it's about as exposed as it gets. This is, especially in what I would consider a value brand, it's super nice. The look is wicked clean. I mean, it is wicked clean. The balance point, let's check the balance point here. I think that's pretty good. Kind of right where you want it to be, right? Yep. Solid spinning combo. Dude, and the smoothness, like that's the thing that's impressing me the most is the smoothness of this. You're not getting that fine wire, but this means it's heavy freaking duty. I actually prefer a larger one. As long as the balance is good, I like a heavier wire here. Everything sounds really solid. I'll do the sound check for you. You're not getting that tinny garbage sound. Everything feels really good, looks really good. Just look at the cork, like this combo is deadly. Arguably one of the most reliable combos. They just never go away. They just keep making gold. All right, y'all, we're here with one of the best in category winners for freshwater rod, which, let's be honest, one of the toughest categories out there. So who's taking this one home? It is the Ugly Stick. Look, we all grew up with this rod. At least I did. Grew up fishing this in the river and having the medium heavies, the medium lights. It just filled everything out because why? You can get this for 50 bucks and it's all reliable. You get a 10-year freaking warranty on these things. They got their trademark fiberglass tip here, and this is what we're talking about when they talk about get bent. This rod is going to survive a bomb blast. You can catch any fish with it. I've used this to do everything from catch fish to rig my kayak. Comes in a two-piecer here, but check this out. With the two-piece, they do what fly anglers have been doing for a long time. You get your diamonds up there, you line everything up nicely. Look, they come in one-piece, multi-piece, ice fishing combos. What the freaking heck? They got it all. They've got everything from like the Tiger version for like catfishing and like big water. They come in combos, they come in rod only, they come in breakdowns, they come with everything that you want. Look, basically they have a rod for everybody and it's gonna be at a price point that you can afford. What do we talk about at this channel all the time? If you can go fishing and you can go have some fun, I don't care how you do it, you're doing it the right way. This is the value way to do it. If it gets people fishing, gets you introduced into fishing, if it keeps you fishing, it's a win for me. So the Ugly Stick GX2 redesigned with their new grip, it's a dub. It's a dub. Holy shamoly, that was a lot
Holy Shimano.
Holy Shimano. Ton of awesome releases this year, everything from the Tattoo SV all the way down to some of the Casking iReel 2 and everything in between. We had BFS, we had freaking saltwater, we had everything in between this year. Yep. Crazy releases. Tell us which one was your favorite. I already know what mine was and I'm not telling you until after I see your answers.
Smash that like, subscribe, and all that other stuff. We got other things to do, so we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.